Hey, Husker fans, Evan Bland here from the Omaha World-Herald, Big Red Today, and Omaha.com. Scott Frost wrapping up what was essentially week one in fall camp today, speaking with reporters afterwards. Earlier in the week, obviously, we're talking with coordinators, with players. Today it was just Coach Frost, and he spoke for about 10 minutes on a wide range of topics. I think maybe one of the more interesting takeaways from his talk today was on the running backs. He echoed what Matt Lubick said earlier in the week about Marquise Stepp, the USC transfer, being ahead of schedule. Said maybe he's still not 100% quiet, but they like where he is physically, and they like what he has done in terms of learning the offense and being ready to go despite missing most of what were spring practices. He was also really complimentary of Gabe Urban, the true freshman, who he said has acted like an adult. He's been mature. He's, quote, ready to go for this season. Not naming him a starter or anything like that, but he's somebody you could definitely see factoring in. I think another interesting thing Scott Frost mentioned today was they took a deep dive statistically in the offseason about their offense, specifically the running game. And what they came up with was they felt like they were efficient in the run game, whether that was with the quarterback or the running back. But what was hanging them up was points per drive, which they saw as being attributed to penalties, to bad snaps, to turnovers, to all the things that Nebraska fans are well aware have stopped them. So that's what this fall camp has been about, has not been overhauling scheme or trying to find some next level feature back, but it's been about correcting some of those mistakes, and they feel like if they do that, some of those close losses are going to flip. Scott Frost also mentioned today that his chief of staff here from his time at Nebraska, Jared Lambrecht, has moved on to another business opportunity. Lambrecht and Frost go way back. They were on the same Wood River football team in high school. They've been friends since the late 80s. Lambrecht has been, a real big behind-the-scenes player in this program. He was a big part of what they did with their COVID protocols last year. He has a medical background, so he moves on. Andrew Sims, who has been his assistant at Nebraska, is going to take that position, at least for this year, and they'll see how things go from there. The other, I think, notable update from Scott Frost today was on special teams. He said they got about 138 reps on Wednesday. He said he doesn't see any loafing, which maybe has been the case in previous years, and that of all the position battles that are occurring in fall camp, punter and kickoff specialists would be two that are still what he would call up for grabs. So punter, you've got Daniel Cherney, the Australian native who's on scholarship, who was hurt last year, and William Pristup, who was essentially the incumbent from last year. Those two are battling it out. And then a kickoff specialist where Nebraska's really just looking for somebody who can kick it into the end zone, get a touchback. Kellen Meyer, the true freshman walk-on, is a possibility there. Brendan Franke, another newcomer who Nebraska feels like could be that guy. But as Scott Frost said in the preseason, they want to winnow this depth chart down sooner than later. He feels like they're getting to that point. And this next week is going to be about continuing to kind of fine-tune who you feel like you can trust in your two deep, and then take that into the opener August 28th at Illinois. So we have a second week of practice coming up next week. Still a couple of weeks before that week 0 kickoff. Stick with us at the World Herald, Omaha.com, Big Red Today. I'm Evan Bland. Thanks for watching.